Hey guys, and welcome to The Truth About Sugar. Now, being in the health and fitness industry, everything is obviously black or white. So sugar is either going to kill you or it's the best thing in the world for you. At the moment, evidently from what you read in Women's Health and all the other Cosmo and Oxygen and all this sort of nonsense, sugar is definitely out to kill you, right? So what we're going to do today is just quickly run you through how this came to be, why sugar is not so bad as what it's deemed to be, and what the right types of sugars are for you. So the first thing is, how did sugar get such a bad rap? Well, we need to have something to blame for the world's obesity crisis, and sugar became the #1 culprit. But how did this actually happen? Back in 2009, there was a video. It was actually a TED Talk, you probably even might have seen it. Anyway, this endocrinologist, this doctor, he did this study on mice. And he showed that when mice ate a lot of fructose, fruit sugar, this is why people think that fruits will make you fat. When they eat a lot of fructose, the mice got really fat. Now, there were two problems with this. The first problem is that there's a certain molecule, DMP, and what it does is it converts fructose into triglyceride or into fats. Mice have about a 50% ratio of this, so it means that they can convert about 50% of fructose into fat. Humans convert it about 2%, so very, very hard to actually do this. The second thing is that they were giving mice 60% of their diet was coming from fructose. Now, what this means for you and me is that if I was to get 60% of my calories from fructose, this would mean I would literally have to drink 8 liters of Coke a day. Of course I'm gonna get fat, right? So it was kind of a little bit nonsensical. Fructose itself is actually not that bad. It doesn't spike blood sugar, so we don't get problems with insulin and crashes and rises. And it's basically really easily absorbed. Now, so why, if it's been given such a bad name, why does everyone demonize sugar? Well, of course, right? If you go and eat, like a ton of donuts and soft drinks and cakes and cookies and all this, yeah, it's not going to be optimal. Not to say that you shouldn't have it at all, but it's not going to be that good, right? But also we've got trans fats. We've got all these artificial sweeteners, flavors, whatever. We've also got, normally wheat and a lot of other things other than just sugar in those foods. So is it the sugar in the food, or is it the combination of everything that goes into it, right? The second thing is that when we look at food in terms of producing energy, the whole body runs off sugar. There is blood sugar in your bloodstream at all times. If you do not give your body sugar or starches, rice, potato, pasta, glucose, then basically the body is going to tear down its own tissue, muscle specifically, generally, to create and raise blood sugar. You need blood sugar. The brain, for brain function, thinking, can only run off glucose, right? Your eyes can only run off glucose. So there's certain parts of the body that only are allowed sugar to run, right? So we 100% need it. This is why when you cut it out, you get sugar cravings. People like to say, well, sugar is really addictive, right? It's as addictive as cocaine. If you took away the #1 thing that your body is running off, of course your body's going to crave it. So what we actually like to do is actually incorporate quite a bit of sugar, just from the right sources, So we're looking at honey, maple syrup, fruits, fruit juices, chocolate milk, chocolate, these sorts of things are going to be great because we are getting in a prime fuel. And I look at sugar as like 98% pure octane. It's just pure energy. And the body runs off of energy that we eat, right? Of course, yeah, I'm not going to go and have, 5 oranges, 2 glasses of orange juice, mixed with some maple syrup and just eat sugar, right? We're going to have it in whole meals and have it with meals to stabilize the blood sugar and everything else. But people get this huge scared mentality around consuming sugar. They go, it's so bad for you. But yet there's no real evidence of that. If you have it in 60% of your total calories with sugar, we've probably got a problem. Mainly though, because you're missing out on essential vitamins, minerals and nutrients, because sugar is effectively devoid of micronutrients. So I really, really, really like sugar for women, especially women who've been under eating a lot, because it's an easy way to get in more calories without having to feel like you're stuffing yourself and eating more food. If you have to eat like 300 grams of potato, or you can have a glass of orange juice, it's going to be so much easier to get the orange juice down. And when you're not used to eating or digesting food properly, anything that you eat feels like a lot of food. So the food volume goes up, it's hard to digest because digestion's impaired, because metabolism's effectively wrecked from the damage that we've been doing. So that's where I like to use sugar. So I want you to basically, if there's anything to take away from this, it's that sugar is not bad, fruit does not make you fat, and in fact having a moderate amount of sugar per day, sort of 30, 40, 50 grams at least, is going to be beneficial to you, right? You're going to have more energy, it's going to help with liver glycogen, which means that the liver's going to detoxify better because it's got continual sugar. So one of the biggest things that we see when it comes to low calorie, low carb diets is people wake up sort of 2, 3 in the morning. And what's happened is the liver has run out of glycogen. And so the body releases cortisol to break down tissue, to dump sugar back into the bloodstream. But as we release that cortisol, we wake up in the middle of the night. So I like to have carbohydrates and or sugar before bed or with dinner so that we have sustained glucose for the liver to detoxify the body properly so that you don't get woken up from a cortisol dump from sugar needing to be in the system. So don't avoid it, do have it, do it in moderation, be smart about it, don't drink 10 liters of Coke a day.